I've been growing out of my overly agreeable and people pleasing ways. You may or may not have been able to tell through my content, but naturally, I'm an assertive and opinionated "what do you want?" person. And since I was young, I could tell and feel when other people were uncomfortable when I presented that side of myself to them. And of course, through those interactions, showing up as my more authentic self was a source of fear that I would be met with rejection, retaliation, or punishment. Living like that only stifled who I was and allowed me to move about the world in a way that was more comfortable and easeful for others, but wasn't exactly nourishing or honorable to myself. And to quote one of my elders, it is unloving to force yourself to live in a way or do things that you don't want to. And it's unfair. Everyone was born with one life, and they can live their life however they want to within reason. And it is unfair and practically theft for someone to try to dictate or control the way that you live your life just because they want to. They should live their own shit. Okay, I had to switch out my mic. One of the beautiful things about reading, especially fiction, is that you can step out of yourself and your life and into a completely new one for a couple of hours. You could be an entirely different creature living in a completely new timeline in a completely different society. And not only does that help you practice empathy by stepping out of your own problems in your own head and into someone else's for a little while, but it also gives you perspective. As a writer, this is one of the exercises that I like to do that not only helps me to get into the mindset of a character that is completely different from me, but it's also a great personal exercise to embody a different persona altogether to help you process thoughts and emotions that may be harder to process if you were just processing them as yourself. My favorite thing to process things as is the villain, because the villain usually doesn't give a shit. Especially if you're prone to being a people pleaser and struggle with asserting yourself because you oftentimes prioritize other people's feelings and well-being over your own, the villain is your best friend. So I wanted to do this exercise to reaffirm to myself that it's okay if others, especially people that I already have an established relationship with and previous history with, no longer like me, or they no longer rely on me for certain things in their life, especially if that means that I can move more freely as my authentic self without having to worry about feeling stifled or my energy being drained because it's being siphoned off to other people and their needs. I want to write a couple of letters today, some that will go to people, some that are addressed to people directly, and some that are just more in general. I'm not sending these letters in particular, but maybe sometime in the future I'll write other little letters and notes to give to family and friends. But first, to get in the villainous mood, I'm going to change into something that puts me more into character. I didn't change. I'm going to go get me a snack and a beverage, probably even light some candles or an incense to put me in the mood, and then we'll get started.
I need to know everything, who and the what and the where, I need everything. Trust me, I hear what you're saying, but act like it's new what you're telling me. I'm curious, George, I hop in the Porsche, it's 5 and a horse, I'm ready for war, I'm coming for throats, to turn to a ghost, I need to know everything. Now you be surprised at the info you get is by letting them talk, so I'm letting them talk. Gotta keep quiet, maneuver in silence, then let them in, chalk up their body, another one body, that's just how it go. I got some secrets, I'm shaking the game so they stay on their toes. Stay in your lane, how to stay on the go. I came to play with the pros and act like a rookie, so they overlook me, then I double up again, none of their knows, none of them cold. They just got lucky but never adapted, so I'm to the one if it's coming to blows. My enemies cutting it close, I let them think that they got me, but what do you know? I had them beat before we ever spoke, I'm ready for smoke. I need to know everything, who and the what and the where, I need everything. Trust me, I hear what you're
Let's start off easy with my siblings, shall we? Dear creatures, I must call my siblings. I didn't choose any of you as family, but yet, here we are. Y'all really need to get y'all's shit together. I know that you're living this experience alongside me, and that this experience is hard, but Playtime is over, kiddos. We all need to grow up. And I am no longer operating as your second mother because I am the oldest daughter. You're on your own. Dear paternal parent, you've been the most constricting voice I've heard in my head growing up. The voice that makes me question if I'm a worthy person. The one that makes me doubt myself and how I exist in my given space. And I'm releasing you. I'm releasing your thoughts. I'm releasing your opinion. I still hold it into consideration, but it no longer takes up as much space as it used to in my head and in my heart. Hello, mother. I haven't liked who you've been as of late, and I'm sure it's because you haven't liked who you are either. It's been tough to watch. It's unfortunate to watch. But for my own sanity and self-confidence, I'm detaching. You have to learn how to swim this ocean yourself. Dear ex-best friend, the leech of my life, I wish I would have gotten away from you a long time ago. My life would have been so much more peaceful. But now I'm just grateful for the lesson, because I will never be in a relationship with someone like you ever again. Dear paternal grandmother from beyond the grave, because I know you can hear me. Our relationship was complicated. There. My letters are complete, and I feel much lighter. Better than I thought I would, actually. Remember, whether you're a professional or not, your pen is powerful, so don't underestimate the power of your imagination.